And Karen, there's actually a jail cell, right? Right, was it behind the courtroom or adjacent to the courtroom where
Yes.
if people act up, it's a very quick trip from Donald Trump's seat at the defense table or the
Yeah.
defendant's table to that jail cell. You've been in that courtroom. Can you describe that?
Yeah. So people. It's a holding cell. It's out. It's not in the courtroom. It's in the. There's a door in the back of the courtroom that leads to the internal workings of the building, and that's where all incarcerated defendants, they come into the building through. They come into the building through a different entrance, and then they get put in holding cells depending on where their courtroom is, and then they get brought out to attend their court appearances. So there's a whole kind of maze of hallways and jail cells and elevators and everything that's in the innards of the building that is not, that the public have no clue about, because the public enters through the downstairs entrance from the street, and they go through magnetometers and take public elevators, and then they enter the courtroom from the back or from the front of the courtroom, right? And they go in and they sit in the seats, and that's where lawyers enter from, etc. But Donald Trump is going to enter through the public entrance. But if he gets put in one of those jail cells in the back, a holding cell, which to me is that's the last straw, because there's no way Judge Merchan is sending him to Rikers Island. That's not happening, right? So if he gets held in contempt, the real nuclear option could be that Judge Merchan puts him in the back and puts him in a holding cell and basically holds him there for the day. There's no way he's going to stay overnight. He holds him there for the day or a few hours until he calms down and promises to behave and negotiates with his lawyers to come out. I don't know that Judge Merchan will actually do that, but that's if it wasn't Donald Trump and it was anybody else, that's what he would do. He would just put him in the back in a cell until he could control himself and behave. And even the most even the most difficult, most dangerous, most violent, most just terrible defendants, even they can keep it under control in court. So hopefully Donald Trump has enough control over his emotions that he can do that. But if he can't, the judge has options. He can fine him, he can admonish him, but the nuclear option is to put him in. I don't know that will happen, but that is possible.